Last week I attended NAMM 2023, and the question that kept going around that everyone kept talking about is NAMM dead? What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Taylor, and the topic of this video is NAMM dead. I don't really think it is. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just kidding. I actually just wanted to make this video to share my NAMM 2023 experience with you because I'm a horrible content creator and hardly captured any video or anything while I was at NAMM.
All right, I am in sunny, not so sunny, California, and it is the first day that I'm going to be attending NAMM. It's Friday. Look at these awesome cards that I had made up. They're misprinted. See how there's like this white line across the top of them? I waited so long to have these cards made that I had to have them rushed, which means I can't correct this. I don't have time to, so now I just gotta hand out these whack misprinted cards. It's fine, right? Not a big deal. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just waiting on my buddy Simon right now. He's gonna meet me here, and then we're gonna drive into NAMM together. We're gonna carpool out there, and yeah, should be a good day.
But I will explain that and give you my experience and go through the details here later in the video. But the topic of, is NAMM dead? I think is a little bit of an interesting one. Now, this was my first year attending NAMM, so I don't have really a frame of reference for how busy NAMM usually is, but kind of the consensus was that NAMM was a lot less busy this year, meaning there were a lot less people there than there normally are, which I think is totally normal considering, you know, what the last few years of the world have been like. If you remember the thing that happened. Yeah, that sucked. So I think there are a couple big factors that could contribute to the lower attendance at NAMM this year. Number one, obviously being the first big NAMM show after the pandemic and, you know, a lot of brands not wanting to commit to going to NAMM, kind of wanting to see what the turnout was like this year before committing to getting a booth next year, which is understandable because, you know, again, you remember the thing? Yeah, so I'm sure that scared a lot of brands off, and I know a lot of the people that I talked to that had been there in previous years said that, you know, it was quite a bit smaller. There were a lot less vendors there than there typically were. Another big thing to really consider when it comes to the attendance at NAMM was it was in April this year instead of January. It is a lot harder to travel to Anaheim in April than it is January. And if you can't figure out why, I'll give you one guess. Yeah, so a lot of families want to go to Disneyland during spring break, go figure. That just makes accommodations like hotels and everything more expensive. And also, if you're running a company, a lot easier to do something in Q1 when it is the slowest. So next year, supposedly they're gonna do it in January, which I think would be a really big factor in getting more people there, more vendors, which is gonna draw more, you know, NAMM goers, so to speak. There were just a lot less announcements too, I felt like. There was a lot of cool stuff to look at, a lot of great guitars, and then probably the most interesting thing that I saw, or the thing that at least stood out to me the most, the one that I remembered, was a Bluetooth switch from Seymour Duncan that allows you to kind of program your switch on your guitar. My stomach's growling. Okay. Now, if you're looking for super in-depth coverage of NAMM, I highly suggest going over to my buddy Arnold Plays Guitars channel and checking it out over there, because that guy was hustling getting all the content from NAMM and making sure that he covered everything for you guys in a way that I just can't. He just covered everything in such a detailed way that I just didn't really feel like it was necessary for me to do it, you know what I mean? Just go check out his channel. But then come back here, because now I'm gonna tell you about my experience at NAMM, which was very cool. And just to summarize my experience, this was probably one of the best experiences of my whole like YouTube guitar player career, I would say. I just got to meet a lot of really cool people and form some friendships that, you know, I hope are long-lasting friendships. I really enjoyed my time with these people. So let me back up here and let's just talk about it from the beginning. So in the weeks leading up to NAMM, I got a message on Instagram from a fella who goes by Simon Sludge. Now you might know Simon from his band Nightmare. But that's kind of how I knew about him. I had seen him on the old gram and followed him for a while because I thought what he was doing was really cool. And he reached out to me and just said, hey, I'm from Portland and you're from Portland. That's cool, right? So through talking back and forth on Instagram, we realized that we were both going to NAMM, and not only were we both going to NAMM, but we had both booked the same flights to and from NAMM, which is a little weird. Very, very interesting serendipitous coincidence. And we ended up just palling around NAMM. And it was very cool because Simon has been to NAMM several times, so he was able to navigate us around. He also introduced me to some really great, cool people, one of which being Stefan. Stefan, if you're watching, what's up, man? How you doing? So then on Friday, which is the day I spent the most time at NAMM, I got to walk around and put a lot of faces to emails from people that I have worked with, like here on the channel, like Chris from 𝗦𝗍𝗔𝗡𝗏. Got a good hang in with Chris. That was really nice. I got to meet Kaylin from 6 String TV briefly. I also got to hang out with a couple of my friends and patrons, Kevin and Royce, and also got to meet truck driver Sean, so that was a pretty cool experience. I got to meet Joel and Luis from Solar. Luis used to run the artist relations, now Joel does over there, so I've exchanged emails with both of them, so it was really nice, you know, meeting them face to face. And then of course I got to meet Ola, who recognized me, and that was like a really interesting moment for me. It was kind of like a, oh shit. But I got to meet him, and I got to meet a lot of people that just watched the channel too, that stopped me and wanted to take pictures with me and stuff, so very, very cool experience. So basically we just did a lot of walking around and meeting people and, you know, making connections and fortifying relationships. And then Simon and I got invited to dinner with Ola and the Solar Crew, which was really unexpected and just very cool. So as we're making our way to the House of Blues to have dinner, who should we stumble across besides 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗔𝗟, just out there playing on the street. Amazing. If you are not following this band on Instagram, you should be. I don't care what kind of music you are into. What they are doing is really, really cool. Basically, they just travel around and they have a stage set up inside of their bus, and you know, they just set up in parking lots and shit and open up and play for people, passersby and stuff like that, outside of events like NAMM or outside other concerts and stuff. And it's just such a cool, forward-thinking way of bypassing like all the middlemen and all the coattails you have to ride in the music industry to get on like main stages and stuff like that. Basically, they just, you know, will go outside these places and park. I mean, to me, this is real punk DIY ethos. So yeah, if you don't check out 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗔𝗟, make sure to go check out 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗔𝗟. Very cool band. So we made it out to the House of Blues for dinner, and if you didn't catch Simon and I in Ola's vlog, here's our little 5 minutes of fame.
Simon's vlog. How's it going? Taylor Danley.
Very, very cool. I just feel super fortunate to have been in the right place at the right time, and I just feel very lucky. Like, it was a very special thing for me to be able to just, you know, hang and talk with Ola about like YouTube and being a parent and like metal music and just like all of these nuances and things that happen in just a normal conversation that you can't really get through a YouTube video. As a fan, it was just a really, really cool moment, and a sincere thank you to Ola and the whole Solar crew for having me. I really, really appreciate it. So that wrapped up our Friday, and then Saturday I went back, and even though there were more people there, it was a little bit more mellow for me. I feel like I had really met and talked to most of the people that I wanted to talk to, so I just kind of, you know, strolled around, and we got to see a cool performance over at the 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏 booth. And the rest of Saturday was mostly a chill day. It was just, you know, going around and saying goodbye to people and thanking them for giving me the time of day and working with me and stuff. So it was pretty surreal in a lot of ways, and I really hope NAMM isn't dying, because I would very much like to do this again. I would very much, you know, like to meet you guys if you happen to be at NAMM, you know, and you see me, stop me, take a picture with me. I really enjoy that stuff. Also, all of the people that I didn't get to see at NAMM this year, all of the vendors who didn't decide to attend this year, I hope to meet you next year at the NAMM. The NAMM. That sounds weird. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want really in-depth NAMM coverage, I highly suggest going to Arnold Plays Guitars channel. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you really like what I do here on my channel, consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.